The funniest memory of my mom was probably when we were going to Utah on a road trip and we made lots and lots of jokes about red.
Some of the funniest moments that I have with my mom are the times when we aren't really supposed to be laughing, like family prayers and serious stuff like that.
One time when we were at Disneyland, we tricked my mom into going into a California Screaming even though she hates roller coasters, and she almost threw up at the end. It's pretty funny.
Probably when, I forgot what she did, but she pulled some prank on me, so I decided to put on my plague doctor costume, sit in front of this in front of the dark light until she came downstairs, and she came down and scared her half to death.
Our road trip to Utah to visit colleges. Lots of fun.
A few years ago, we were putting up Christmas lights, and she was getting a little bit frustrated. And it was just like this, you know, it's Christmas, you're busy, stressful time of the year, so it was understandable. And I pulled up on my phone, like, the clip from Elf, where Will Ferrell says he's an angry elf to the businessman. And my mom was a little bit shorter, so when I brought it up, it worked in context, and we broke out laughing and couldn't stop.
Probably sauce.
Sauce?
Yeah.
Crepes.
My favorite meal that my mom makes has to be this really amazing pumpkin pie for like special occasions. We'll have it like Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween. It is excellent, and it is by far my favorite treat, and I absolutely love it.
Beef noodle bowl.
My favorite treat that my mom makes is caramel brownies, and during Christmas time she makes this treat with like peanuts and marshmallows and other stuff. It's really good.
If I had to say there's something she was known for, it's probably being like trying to create her own sayings. None of them really catch, but I guess maybe that's what she is known for.
When I was little and I'd cry for no reason, she'd always say, "If you cry for no reason, I'm gonna give you a real reason to cry."
What are you saying? Probably screaming every time she sees a crane fly.
Stop saying my name.
A frequent word that my mom always says is face, which it's used as like a diss, like a in your face type thing. I don't know.
A frequent word or saying that my mom says a lot is, it's very interesting, but it's "oh my gosh."
My mom continually nags me about unloading the dishwasher.
To work more.
Probably to stop annoying my sister.
Not being home enough.
Doing my chores.
Doing your chores. Did you do them today? No.
Well, mostly my homework and piano. She likes to make sure that I am always doing that.
Right now is probably a card game called Sky Joe, and which I've beaten her every time. But she also likes to play Clue, which she beats us all every time.
Probably Triominoes.
Oh no.
Is probably this card game that we call golf. Not gonna bother you with all the rules, but pretty much lowest score wins. But we've been playing that for years. We absolutely love it. It's our go-to game whenever the family wants to play.
None, because she hates playing games.
That would definitely have to go to categories. She talks about it all the time. It's her favorite.
A few months ago, before we moved out to California, we went to the temple together. It was me, her, and our family, and it was just this really, really solid experience. Like, you could really feel the spirit, and it was really eye-opening, and it just was a really deep connection, and it was something that I really enjoyed.
The most spiritual experience I've had with my mom is when I got my patriarchal blessing. She was with me, and that's the time when we both felt the spirit. The spirit was super strong in the room, and we were just both there together, and it was a really special experience.
Testimony meeting at girls' camp.
It was either after or before. We were doing baptisms for the dead in the temple, but we were just sitting in the garden, and it was really beautiful, right in front of the temple. I thought that was a really spiritual moment.
The first time I went to the temple in Spain with my mom.
Was last year on Mother's Day. All the youth from the stake, all the boys from the stake took their moms to the temple baptisms to baptize them. It was like the first time that the priests were allowed to baptize, and it was a very cool, different experience that I've never had before.
Being a woman president, she's always serving others.
One time she just decided to make soup randomly, and then it turned out that someone in the ward was like having a hard time, and they just like needed a meal, so soup goes all the way.
I remember a few years ago, we were just sitting in the living room, and she got a phone call from just a completely random number, and it was a lady who was like calling, my mom in a frenzy. I don't even think this lady knew my mom. She may have just accidentally called the wrong number. And as I don't remember the entire specifics of the situation, but she stayed on that phone for like an hour and a half trying to help this lady out.
It was when we were taking senior pictures, and she saw this girl helping her friend prepare for a proposal, and she went and helped arrange the flowers. That's just something that she just walked right on over without being asked, and she just started helping them.
Probably when we did the care packages for the homeless on Christmas, get the blankets and food and stuff, wrap it up, give it to them. Made them pretty happy.
Definitely when she was Relief Society president. She was constantly helping people with their food orders, or helping moms who just had babies, or planning multiple funerals. So she definitely was always serving people while she was Relief Society president.
For everything she does for us, even when we're being a couple of delinquents. My mom is always nice, no matter much. Don't do her chores, skip out on homework or something, or being lazy and don't home. She always ends up being nice to us, always makes us dinner and does nice things for us. She cares.
Because she makes us homemade meals every night.
Because, as I'm sure has happened with everyone, as we grow up and as we go through our lives, run into, numerous obstacles. We have a bunch of things that try and hold us back in our lives, and that try and interfere and that get in our way, and that we need help with. And throughout my life, on every single one of those occasions, I've always been able to count on my mom to help me out.
She tells me every single minute.
Because she says it to me every night and every morning, or she's constantly helping me and teaching me and trying to support me, or even just never giving up and always being there.
My mom loves me because she's always looking out for me, whether it's comforting me when I'm sad, or whether it's supporting me by going to my track races. She's always been at everyone and just always supporting me in everything